how do I even encompass
Can I,
what this means to me? What this means to us?
Can you,
the Book Fix podcast?
before even saying the book,
Oh God.
can you please tell me your beginnings with this author?
My beginnings?
Yeah.
Oh, that was so long ago.
Flashback.
On one winter night. The sky was crying, probably. God, I don't even know. We read Shatter Me by Tahereh Mafi so long ago.
It was one of our first.
I think it was one of our first. And it's funny because it's really hard for me to listen to it because it was so long ago. And I felt like we were still babies, you know? Like,
no,
we were
I
still...
feel the same way. Sometimes when I need to wake up and realize that we're I don't know if you feel the same way. Sometimes we'll film an episode and I'm like, I don't know if that one was strong. Like, I don't know if I was being funny.
Because sometimes I'll feel like one of us is having like an off day or something.
And sometimes I need to do like the cold bath plunge. And I'll put my head in and listen to Shadow and Bone and come out. And I'm like, never mind. That one was okay.
Yeah.
Because you're right. We were shy. We didn't really know how to bounce off of each other yet.
And then I also feel like we tried really hard to like talk about everything that happened in the book. And it almost felt kind of scripted, even though we didn't script the episodes. So it's hard for me to listen to it. But it was really long ago. And after we read Shatter Me by Tahereh Mafi, I just read the entire series.
Yeah, you
and
ate it up.
Long. Not long, but it's like a lot of them.
At that point, was the series done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank God.
How many books is that?
I don't know. It was a lot. Because there's even like the 0.5s, you know?
Dude, I felt like I blinked and you were like, they're gone.
I'm done. And I'm done and I'm sad.
That was crazy.
And then I love it too because don't you just love when a friend reads a book that you really like? So our mutual friend Melissa,
yeah,
shout out, love you, girl. She started reading the series and then she would like text me things about it, and I was like, oh my God, I love that you're reading it because I feel like I'm living through you. Like I'm living. I'll never be able to have that, you know, like my first read of it again.
Your first time.
In my first time with the story. So it was nice. It was nice to experience it again.
I think it took almost a year for us to read book 2.
Yeah, Unravel Me.
Which is funny because the entire time between that, when we would mention the book, I'd be like, oh my gosh, Team Adam all the way.
Oh
I love Adam so much.
And then we even met Tahereh Mafi.
Yes.
And you hadn't read the second book at that point. Or did you?
No, I hadn't.
I don't remember because you were like, can I ask her about Adam?
No, because it was funny because I told you, I was like, can I talk about how much I love Adam? And we were in the line and you were like, no, don't mention
I was like,
that.
shut up.
Name will not be mentioned. And I was like, what
But
happened?
Adam was great though. You're like, I just love him so much.
I kind of just really vibed with Adam. Team Adam. I was a fool. And I realized my mistakes. And this is my formal YouTube apology. Because book 2.
Whoa.
Book 2.
Book 2, Unravel Me.
Was when we get to know Aaron Warner
A little bit more. Mm-hmm.
I get it. But honestly, I wasn't in yet.
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
get it.
I think I was in. Like, I jumped ship pretty quickly.
Did you?
I was like, no, because I'm pretty sure I really liked Adam too. But then in the second one, when we were getting to know Warner, I was like, wait, Adam who? No, I'm over him already.
So we talked about that book, and I'll be honest, we did buy all of the books. I forgot to bring your Ignite Me copy.
Yeah. My signed Ignite Me book.
It's funny because I have now 2 copies of Ignite Me. Yours that's signed and mine that isn't. And I was making a joke with you. I was like, I just have it. Like, I don't know where it came from.
I just have this signed book. I'm not sure.
I took it out of storage to give it to you, and I totally forgot to bring it. Oh my gosh, and I forgot your birthday present.
Oh,
Here we are.
Another day.
I'll just stuff it in there. That'll be one of the birthday gifts. Yeah. I did not think anytime soon that I was going to read these books. But a few weeks ago, Tahereh Mafi released that she released another book in this series.
Yeah, it's like not a spinoff. Is it considered
a Kenji spinoff?
No, it's James.
Oh.
It's the little brother. I thought it was going to be Kenji when she was first teasing it. I think she was on a live and I was like, Queen, please tell me it's Kenji, girl. It's James.
It's James.
Mm-hmm. Why are you crying? Roll the clip where you were like hating on James.
I've been ride or die since day one for that 10-year-old.
Well,
oh my God.
Well,
that's beautiful. Oh my God. I'm here.
You're here?
I'm here now. I'm so glad we're finally talking about this book. I know you've been waiting.
I've been waiting for this moment.
You're so patient.
My entire life.
You're so patient.
Thank you.
We should just read everything you recommend because they're always bangers.
Um,
Remember when I recommended Lore?
but you hadn't read it though.
No, I just heard it was really good.
Yeah.
And sometimes you hear things that aren't true.
That are wrong.
That's totally fine.
People sometimes lead us astray, and that's okay.
That's okay. And opinions are opinions. Just saying.
Because reading is subjective.
Thank you, Queen. I want to go on this journey with you. Honestly, I'll be honest. I'm so tired. If I lay my pretty little head down, she's out.
She will be out.
So my head is up. She's straight, no swivel action.
Not yet.
I might cry.
Because you're tired?
Yes. I just get like hyper emotional.
Oh, dude, same.
So
me too.
Here I am, and I want to be fixed. Do you think? Do you think? Welcome to the Book Fix Podcast, the podcast that fixes lives
one book at a time. And one of the best book boyfriends at a time. I'm your host, Yajaira.
And I'm your host, Cheli. Don't cry.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's too early for this.
I wasn't even crying.
Oh, me neither.
No, that was it's my empath.
I'm just such an empath.
The empath in me.
Me too, girl.
Okay.
Okay, let's recap.
Yes, go.
Let's talk about Shatter Me. God, this is book 3. So if this is your first time listening, first of all, we do have book clubs. Please join them. At the Book Fix Pod is the username in Fable and on Goodreads.
And you can find it at our link tree, linktr.ee/thebookfixpod.
And we do talk about our book club book at the end of every month. So we'll talk about it at the end of April.
Okay. Before we start,
yes,
can I summarize Shatter Me? Because I remember that one better than I do the second. And I think you're going to eat the second one up.
Oh, well, you think. Please, Queen, go ahead.
I feel like...
Spoilers ahead.
This takes place in a dystopian society where the sectors...
Yes.
are kind of overseen by this dude named Anderson. Yeah. We don't really learn that in the first book, but what we do know is that Juliette, along with a lot of other people, was born with powers, and her power happens to be a deadly touch. So they trap her in this room, and when we start in Shatter Me, she's been in there for hundreds of days.
It's like 200 something days.
260 something. Who's counting? She was. So
no, literally she was.
And it really sucks.
It's an asylum, by the way.
She talks about her childhood and talks about the fact that her parents could never love her. And she'd never known like human touch. She'd never known love. And that was just her entire life. And the thing that gets me the most of that first book is the fact that there was only one person out there for her, and it was her childhood best friend who happened to be the soldier who was assigned to her room, Adam. And
Adam Kent.
And it turned out even that, him being assigned to that room, was all planned. Like everything was planned. Everything Juliette knew, our main character, was a lie. And the thing that got me the most is that her door was unlocked. They just knew she wouldn't run away.
Yeah, that's really sad.
That's so sad. So she was in there for so long, and it makes me so sad. But throughout the first book, when she does eventually escape, the main bad in the first book, we assume it is Aaron Warner. He is the one who's in charge of Sector 45, which is a sector that belongs to his dad. So he's related to the big bad. And there's like this huge like fight between Juliette and Aaron when she's about to escape, and in like
because he kidnaps her and basically tries to tempt her to be like the weapon of the Reestablishment.
But in the heat of the moment, he reaches for her,
grabs her ankle,
and realizes that he can touch her.
No, she realizes. She's like, because there was a moment where she was like, he touched me.
He touched me. Barbara Streisand. But near the end, there's also another moment where they're really close to each other, and in order to distract him, she kisses him.
She's like seducing him.
Yes. And manages to escape. I think she shoots him right after.
Yeah, because she just seduces him so she can take the gun from him, and she shoots him in a like non-deadly way.
Yes. Escapes with Adam and another military guy whose name is Kenji. Best character in the entire series. And they escape to this like rebellion group.
Yeah.
Their name is Omega Point.
Yeah.
They're at Omega Point. And that's how the first book ends. And I think the first book ends with her going like, no, that's the second book. I think the first one ends that she just makes it and she puts on her outfit and she's ready to fight.
And it's very obvious that there's like romance happening between her and Adam.
Yes.
So in the second book, Unravel Me, I might butcher this because it's been a minute since I read it, but from what I remember, so this is just her being at Omega Point and kind of like being trained on how to like use her power, but like not too much yet because she's still kind of rusty by the third one. And Kenji is there a lot to train her, and Adam is also there with her. But the thing is that the place is kind of very strict on like keeping the boys and the girls separate. So they're very much like pining for each other, right? But because she has a lethal touch, he has to be like careful because he can touch her. But then there are moments where he was like too comfortable, like, you know, he was getting in the moment, you know, and then he would like lose his guard and then it would hurt him. Because I think there was a moment, if I remember correctly, where she like kisses him and this man just like plops, like he like has to be rushed to the infirmary. And that was kind of like a big moment for her because she was like, wait a minute, it's killing him. I can't do that to him. I love him. Can't hurt my guy. And so she basically breaks up with him, and it was like a big moment. He was like, no girl, you can't leave me. Very toxic. But anyway, and then I think at this point, does Warner show up in this one? Warner shows up. Oh, I remember now. So Warner shows up, and for some reason there was a moment when they're gonna attack Anderson, his dad, but then they end up kidnapping Warner because they think that they can use him as like leverage. But joke's on them, Anderson doesn't give a about Warner. And so they like imprison him, and because Juliette has a lethal touch, they're like, girl, you go interrogate him, go find things out about Anderson,
not knowing that he can touch can touch each other.
They don't know, and she hasn't told them. And so she goes in there, and that's kind of like how their relationship starts. Like he's just like a little bit of a flirt. He's like very excited to be there with her. He won't, I don't think he answered her questions, but like they would just start talking. I don't remember exactly. I just remember that I was like eating it up because I think there was a moment when he was like shirtless and she was like, oh my God.
But it's funny because do you remember how she asked them specifically, like, can you make sure there's no cameras in there? It's like, why? No reason. You just don't need to see what's going on. You could hear what's going on.
Juliette's on. Shut the fuck up. And then, okay, I remember that this freaking book was also like a telenovela because she was falling for Warner a little bit, very slowly, snail pace. But she had broken up with Adam. And then near the end, there was a moment when things were getting a little hot and heavy between her and Warner. And Warner's like, call me by my name, baby, which is Aaron. And she says, Adam.
Oh, I forgot.
Dude, the way that I just like tossed my back to the side. Like, don't do this to me, Juliette. Okay. Obviously that hurt my guy. So he was a little wounded. And I don't remember exactly how the events played out exactly. But at the end of that book, she's with Anderson. She shoots him. Yeah. But then he shoots her. Because I remember he shot her in the chest. And then up until this point, she was very careful about always wearing her gloves because she has a lethal touch. She was very like, I think that also represented how like low her self-esteem was, because by the end of the book, she just took off her gloves and was like, I don't care anymore. Like, you know what? In order for me to win this war, I can't keep playing nice. So by the end of the book, she does pass out because of being shot.
In the second book too, also, it's revealed that the reason that Aaron Warner kind of fell in love with her was also because he took her journal that she had been writing.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
In book 1.
Yeah.
That, I'm sorry to say, La Fea Más Bella, Don Fernando moment.
Oh my God. You
When
always bring that
when he found Letty's journal.
And he was like,
and he was on the floor of their company, Conceptos, crying. Crying.
That was literally Warner too.
That was Warner.
Turning the page and shit. He was like, damn, my girl went through
and
it.
y'all read this shit? Oh my God. And so when he sees her again, he calls her like, my love.
Yeah,
love.
he addresses her as love now. She's just like, all right.
That didn't give you red flags? That wasn't like,
Oh no, I don't. I don't see red flags with him. Let me tell you right now. You know, it's really funny. When I was rereading the third book, I don't remember exactly. When we start talking about it, it'll hit me. But there was a moment where I was like, okay, Warner. Little bit of red flag, but you know what?
But it's okay,
I'm
King.
already in too deep, so
I know.
Well, I don't see the color red. It's okay, King. Do whatever you want.
That's so funny. I'm actually colorblind to the color red, so all I see is green. Totally a joke. So
in Minecraft, of course.
In Minecraft, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Wait, I need to put my drink down because I can foresee myself screaming a lot.
You're just so excited. You just toss it up in the air. It hits me in the face.
I need to do that thing that what's her name? The one talk show host that gets super comfortable with people and she's just like
Drew Barrymore.
Yeah,
that's us. We're just gonna like
yeah,
hold hands like and then what?
Book 3, Ignite Me,
dude,
starts with
Juliette waking up. Oh wait, it was really cute the way that because Warner's power is that he can take on other people's power.
Yeah.
Let me just explain this now. So Adam's power is that he can turn off your power, but he has to be really concentrated. Mm-hmm. And so I do remember in the second book he was being like experimented on, and that caused Juliette to be really pissed off. And I think Juliette also has like super strength because she like broke through walls and stuff. Mm-hmm. And so at the end of book 2, because she was shot, Warner was like frantically like trying to save this girl, and so he found healers and he like was like, please heal her, and I think he even took their power or something and like did his best to patch her back up. Yeah. So in the third book it starts off with her gaining consciousness,
being patched up. Mm-hmm. Oh, also we forgot to mention Adam, her first love interest, and Warner, they're brothers.
Oh my God. And I say this every time we talk about this book. If there's one trope I hate, look, I don't hate love triangles. I'm here for the drama. I'm here for the tea. Yes. But I hate when they pit like two siblings against each other because it's just like weird.
It is weird.
Like, can you imagine if you and your sister were fighting over?
Weird.
Exactly.
That's weird that you even mentioned it. Oh gosh, I hate it. So she is waking up and Warner is so sweet and is like, love. Are you okay? Are you okay, love? And she is so, it's just so weird to her because she assumed that she was in love with Adam this whole time. And all of a sudden Warner is being nice to her and she's like, I don't know what love is anymore.
Yeah. And it is really sad to go through her journey because of course she was a girl who couldn't be touched. So she went from never having any physical attention to finally having it with Adam. And I really like that in this book we kind of go through a journey of her realizing through her friendship with Kenji that like, wait, I think I fell in love with Adam because he was like the first person to show me kindness and to be able to touch me. Like it was kind of like a default. Like I would have fallen in love with anyone who could have done that for me.
And Kenji was like, nah, I get it. No,
yeah, chill.
Facts. Yeah, no.
Facts. That was facts.
Sorry, Elle's in the chat for her. Oh, so sad. So Warner is just so kind to her, is taking care of her. And at this time, she does feel attracted to him,
but she fights it.
Yes, she will not ever admit that she loves him. But he has already told her that he loves her completely.
Yeah. And I think in the beginning, she believes that everyone from Omega Point is dead.
Yeah.
Because somebody was captured, told them the location of where they were hiding, and it was like bombed. And so she's like kind of mourning her friends, but also kind of like, wait, but I need to go and like make sure. Like, I need to go see that if they're actually gone.
And I think by this point too, Aaron was like, I will go and show you if you want to go, but you need to promise me you need to help me take down my dad.
Yeah.
And she was already like, I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm here for the revenge.
I'm down.
I want to kill your father.
Yeah.
In Minecraft. So
in this book.
But she goes and you hear
Kenji. Yeah. Kenji's like, Juliette, were you hugging Warner right now?
Oh my God. Chat, you seeing this?
Are you seeing what
He's a Twitch streamer.
I know.
Oh my gosh. I never realized how much I loved Kenji until this
No.
book.
No.
Did I love him
If
before?
there is one thing that I vividly remember was you loving Kenji in the first book. And
Okay.
I'm kind of sad that I didn't appreciate him in this first book. I think I was just so like focused on the love interest.
Yes.
Or the love, I guess.
See, I remembered liking him. I do. But
You loved him.
I love him so much.
Yeah.
He respects women. I sensed it. I sense it in here.
You could kiss him and feminist.
Yeah. Go watch our last episode, Dream Girl Drama.
It'll make sense.
But I love him so much. And the fact that he loves Juliette like a best friend and is this safe space for her matters so much to me.
It matters so much to me. I love when they include like a proper, healthy friendship in a book.
Yep, I totally agree. So when she gets there, she's like, oh my gosh, you're alive. Where are the others? And it turns out that Adam is alive. Castle is in a coma, from what I remember.
He's like in a critical state, I think.
Yes. Aaliyah is alive. She's the one who made the outfits, and then other people who I don't.
Yeah, I don't remember their names either. The lightning one.
It was one of them Duncan. I know.
Donuts?
I know. Kenji's like,
Oh.
wait, hold on, wait a minute.
My favorite
Dubs
one.
in the chat, guys.
I love that. He would be a really good streamer.
No, he would.
He
He
would.
would be very Gen Z humor, even though he's not Gen Z.
Yeah.
He would Skibbity Ohio Riz.
Oh, God.
You know he would.
Don't say that.
You know he would.
No! Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Stop.
The fucking war zone and he's hitting the gritty. That's the type of stuff he would do. I have kids.
Don't do this to me.
I have students.
Okay. Okay, let's focus. So Juliette, wait, before this, actually,
Okay.
let's discuss the conversation that Juliette had with Warner briefly. So there was a conversation that she had with him where she was like, oh my God, you tortured me. I was over here almost falling in love with you. She said that in her head. And then she suddenly remembered, wait, you tortured me in the first book and you made me hurt a child and do all this stuff. And he was super confused. He was like, what are you talking about? No, I didn't. And so he told her it was a simulation. You thought that was real? That never actually happened.
Yep.
But then everything that she would tell him would kind of like hurt his ego. He would say, how come you always assume the worst of me?
Because you're the worst.
Yeah.
You're literally a crazy man.
She would say that, but then things that she believed started to kind of like make sense to her because she was like, wait, you killed that one guy. And he was like, yeah, but that guy was hurting his family. So like, I'm not sorry that I did
Don't
that.
you remember in book 2 when I picked up a puppy? That meant nothing
dude.
to you?
Dude, he didn't even know that she witnessed that. Stop it.
You know what line I hated? I'm so sorry. There was one line when she was like, oh my God, wait.
What?
He wasn't patronizing me with outfits. Boy just has an eye for fashion.
Dude, if there's one, Melissa, if you're watching this, I see you, girl. Dude, this man's a Taurus. He loves fashion, okay?
So funny. He would be one of those Instagram, okay, OOTD, Versace, Gucci.
Louis Vuitton. It's like, oh, you can't afford this?
And my Balenciaga Crocs. He would be everything.
He would.
I kind of love it, but
No, I
that
loved it. I loved it.
That line just threw me off because I was like, oh, okay. Man loves how he smells. Man loves how he looks.
He loves to be fresh.
I know the war is happening, babe,
but I gotta look good.
I gotta make sure my part is
I gotta make
clean,
sure
crisp.
I'm runway ready. No, I love that. But anyway, so things just kind of get sorted out between them. She kind of realizes, okay, he's not the worst. I just assumed the worst of him. And then she goes and realizes that Adam's alive. So she kind of has this like weird moment of, wait, do I love Adam?
I think by this point she has mentioned like, I don't love him, but I care for him.
Yeah. Like I love him, but I'm not in love with him.
Yeah.
And so when she sees him, things kind of get kind of crazy because Aaron Warner is still there.
And he's like, love, we gotta go, love.
Love, vamonos.
To our home.
The bus is arriving, love. No. Just kidding.
Wait,
he would never take the bus.
Gotta check the rollie on my wrist. Love, we gotta go. He wouldn't take the bus. I own the bus, okay?
I'm the driver, babe. Come on, let's go. So when Adam notices that they're a little too close, he gets so angry at her, like disgusted by her. Oh my God. How did you feel?
I was so sad. I know that by the second book I was already liking Warner, and I got it. And I did feel like Adam, I thought he was gonna cheat on her.
You thought Adam was gonna cheat on her? Oh.
Technically it was her. Technically, if we're talking about emotional cheating. Well, okay.
Well, no.
How can you cheat on someone if you don't know what love is?
How can you cheat on someone if you think the other person doesn't have feelings?
How can you cheat on someone you can't even see?
Exactly.
No, but
how can you cheat on someone when you thought they were dead?
You're always thinking
Tahereh Mafi, you were there, girl.
But I felt so sad because she loves Adam. And that never is going to change. And for him to so quickly say drop dead to her.
Yeah. He like literally would rather her die than be friends with Warner.
Because Juliette came to them. There's only 8 people out of the 900 that were there in Omega Point. And she's like, I know this is weird. I know this is crazy. But I trust Aaron Warner. And we want to take his dad down, and we could do this with my plan. And Adam is like, so you're over here sleeping with the guy who tried to kill me?
Did you forget? Did you forget that he tortured me?
Did you forget all of this?
And she did.
Oh my God. And that point where he like grabs her wrist and touches her, and he's like, what do you feel? She's like, nothing. Exactly. I fixed it. Watch me rip this phone book in half.
So he was trying to make a point that she wasn't hurting him, and he was like, if you would have just been patient for me, I would have been able to hone in on that power and just stop her from hurting him. But
Adam, you're a jerk now. Anger did not look good on him. And you know what I realized? Jealousy is only hot when it's communicated jealousy. I really hate, I guess he communicated it in a dumb way.
What do you mean?
Like, to me, jealousy in books is good.
You love jealousy.
Let's eat that shit. I eat that shit up. So I am totally okay with it.
I'm totally okay with jealousy.
1000% fine. No, but if it's not like acted upon, like you're not going to cheat on your partner.
Like you're not going to cheat on them, and you're not going to treat your partner like crap.
There's even a point where Warner is jealous later about Kenji.
Yeah.
Because Kenji is Juliette's. Don't say that because but Juliette's like, Kenji's my best friend. And he's like, I honestly have more to offer. And he's like,
I have a better shoulder for you to cry on.
No. And look at this. Put a little napkin.
Gucci napkin.
That napkin? It's worth more than everything in this house, babe. But that part where she's like, no, he's my best friend, but you're my favorite friend. And he's like, I'm not going to settle for that.
Not good enough.
I'm not going to settle for less. This? Settle for less? I love it. I love it. I eat that shit up. Oh my God. Dude.
And I love it. I just love those moments though. Where, okay, so, God, let's just move forward. Okay, yes. So Adam treats Juliette like crap in front of everybody. Like, he humiliates her, right? And he's like, leave, get out. I'd rather you not be here then. So, okay, so she's like planning on leaving, and she doesn't want to leave without her friends, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm trying to think how forward to go.
So Warner basically, because of her, is like, I guess your friends can come.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of like...
There's like hesitance between the friends, obviously, because they don't trust him. But then they notice how he is around her. They're like, wait, I've never seen Warner smile. Yeah. Crazy. And so then they all end up going to Warner's place.
It's like they stay in the training room.
Yeah.
Right? But at least they have like good food. They have hot baths. It's a beautiful thing. Okay.
And then there's a scene where, you know, Kenji tells Juliette, hey, I told Adam to come. I told Adam to come because you like miss him or whatever. And she was like, what are you talking about? I'm gonna have to break up with him again.
Did you tell him anything else? No, like obviously I didn't tell him that you want him back.
I didn't tell him that you cried every night for him. God.
Why would I tell him that?
Why would I?
Oh my God, Kenji.
It's because Kenji really loves Adam's he loves Adam too, but he also really cares for James, the little brother. So he's like, I just want James to be safe. So that happened, and Juliette is kind of like, okay, well now I have to bring it up to Warner, right, to kind of like prepare him for it. So
but by this point, her and Warner, their relationship is kind of strained because he does not look at her anymore, and she even confronted him and was like, why is this happening? Like, you know, I care about you. And he's like, no, don't say that shit. Because you're hurting me so much, you know, because I love you. And she was like, yeah, but you need to give me time. And he's like, no, I don't want time, and I don't want a friendship. That's not what I want right now.
I just love when a man knows what he wants. And so
he's like, I would cry, but that ages the skin.
That actually, I've heard that's good, like for the
tears,
pores.
Right? I know. He's crying. Why would you do this?
It's like uses it as an eyedropper. Like
she's crying, and it's like, okay, hold on. I just gotta get. Oh, that's a good one.
Cry into this bottle, babe.
Think about something sad.
No, but I love the moment when she tells him, like, hey, Adam's coming with James, and he thinks I'm in love with him, and he's like, oh, are you? She's like, no.
No, you know what we didn't talk about either? When she got kicked out of Omega Point and brought it up to Warner, it was like, yeah, I defended you. And he was like, you defended me? Go on.
About what?
It's just everyone was saying that you were a crazy man.
That you were mean and disrespectful.
And I told them no. And then they all assumed I loved you. And then he's like, oh. What'd you say though? What'd you say though? I mean, I don't need to know, but what'd you say though?
Word for word.
Like, what'd you say?
For
like,
bar.
What'd you say? I know.
What'd you say?
Bar for bar. Come on, let's go. I got the beat. So
it's a heartbeat.
I know. And she's like, I didn't say anything. And he's like, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, obviously.
But didn't you really feel for those moments when he would be like, yeah, and you told them that they were crazy, huh? Like, you told them. Like, he was very much in denial. Like, he didn't want to even think.
He didn't want to push it on her at all.
But then there was that moment when she was like, can't you feel how I feel? Because he's very like, he's an empath. He's a true empath, okay?
Juliette, don't even.
And he would be like, stop. Don't do this to me.
I'm already too hurt. You're too beautiful.
And then, unfortunately, tragedy strikes. He loses his mom.
Oh.
I don't remember at what point this was. I don't know if it was before Adam showed up or after. I don't remember. I think it was before.
There's always before Adam, after Adam. No, during Adam. No one ever talks about after Adam. I don't even want to jinx it.
You love saying that.
My man better stay alive for book 4. I'm throwing a freaking riot.
Adam?
Yes, I still care. I have a heart.
Oh, okay. All of a sudden, she's Adam's number one fan. Go roll the tape for the second book review that we did.
I feel so strongly about all these characters. I just want to say that.
Okay, good.
But before that scene, before the one you want to talk about,
we're all over the place in this one.
When Adam and James come to where everyone's staying at the military base, James, he's just asking questions.
He's a curious cat.
It's so funny. That's one of the videos I recorded when James is like, how old are you? What's your name? Well, who are you? So you're a bad guy? And then
how come nobody likes you?
I know. Why are you ugly like that? No, he's coming for blood.
How come you call her love? Do you love her?
Oh, that's what I was gonna mention.
Do you love her?
Can you imagine? Because it's like, why do you say love? Do you love her? Like Adam loves her, and I asked Kenji. Kenji doesn't love her like that. And
then Warner's like, do you love her? No, she's like 1,000,000 years old.
Adam's like, James, shut the f*** up. You need to not talk anymore. Oh my God, he was adding fuel to the fire. I love that little kid.
I was like, keep going, keep going.
I know, Kenji's watching eating popcorn chat. You seeing this? Oh my God.
It's about to get crazy.
So it's weird because it's mid-war, you know? But there's just like family here.
Also, there's a lot of like, again, it feels like a telenovela. There's a lot of like angst, like juicy angst. You know what I mean?
But it's
a lot of pining too.
It's so funny because you'll feel the tension in the room when Warner looks at Juliette. Juliette looks at Adam. Adam looks at Warner. And you know, it's like
James looks at in the mirror.
I know James is lost. No, but Kenji's like, oh my God,
he's
we're
like,
tired.
can you guys just sort it out,
please. I just can't anymore.
Oh my God, wait, that line. I'm sorry, we're all over the place. Go read the book. That line when Juliette was still kind of confused about her feelings for Adam in the very beginning. And she was like, well, you know, he's really nice to me. And Warner was like, nice? Here I was thinking like, oh, there's got to be something about Adam that's really special that, you know, like, I just don't understand it. And you're telling me he's nice? Get a dog, love. Those are nice too. They'll keep you nice company.
Oh my God. I love it. I love the sass. I love that so much.
Such a Taurus.
So we are at the point where
Adam was also mean to her when he showed up.
I hate it.
He was just like, oh, so what, you're with him now?
But it's funny because Kenji broke it to him while Adam was coming with James. By the way, all that stuff I said about Juliette wanting you back, she doesn't.
She doesn't actually
just
want you back. And then she actually had to tell him, like, by the way, I'm not in love with, like, we're still broken up. Okay. Okay. And he was like, yeah, I know. I heard.
Oh my God. But flash forward, Kenji and Juliette want to practice outside, so Warner's like, I can take you because I'm headed somewhere. And the only person that knows where he's going is Juliette. He's going to visit his mother, who in the second book we had learned that she's just bedridden in like hospice, basically.
Yeah, because she has a similar ability. It's more of a curse as Juliette, where instead of not being able to touch people, people can't touch her.
And you know what makes me sad? We learned throughout this book that you're able to hone your abilities to a point where you can turn them off.
Yeah.
So had there been more time, I feel like the mom would have survived.
Yeah, that's really sad. But also, it was because her husband, Anderson, didn't help her.
No.
Like, he treated her like
How'd they end up together?
trash.
Oh, that's actually sad. Never mind. I don't want to know how that... I feel so bad for her. And I feel bad for Warner because the day that he goes to visit her, when he promised to pick up Kenji and Juliette, he doesn't show up. So Juliette's like, I know where he is. Let's go find him. And when she gets there, she uses Kenji's invisibility to get into the room and just sees Warner on the floor. And he's like in...
like a fetal position.
Yeah. And he's torn. And even Kenji comes in with invisibility, sees it, and has a moment like, oh my God, that's Warner.
I gotta go.
Oh my God, wait, this kind of... Chat, you seen this?
Chat, look at this.
I know. Chat, throw in some emojis for my boy. It's
just throwing some tombstones.
Tombstones and doves only, chat. Please stay respectful. Rest in paradise, queen. So that's sad. Crazy. Totally happened, by the way.
No, it didn't. Luckily, it didn't happen like that, but Kenji was really moved by that.
And I really appreciate it because on their way home, obviously Adam, whoa, I said the wrong name.
Whoa, just like the second book.
I know. But Aaron immediately goes back to his room And Kenji pulls Juliette aside and is like, what was that? And she
Yeah.
kind of explains the whole mother and how Warner wasn't actually evil. He wanted to use Juliette to help the mom. And Kenji's like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And it's so like, he's a very funny guy. So for him to go serious and be like,
it's like a big deal.
Yeah.
And then I love that he's like even asking her like, okay, well, how do you feel though? Like,
Yeah.
how do you feel about Adam and how do you feel about Warner? And I think when it comes to Adam, I think that's what the moment that she realized, like, I think I would have fallen in love with anyone, you know, that would have shown me any kindness. And but when she talks about Warner, I want to read what she says. She tells him, I like the way I feel about myself when I'm with him. Warner thinks I'm strong and smart and capable, and he actually values my opinion. He makes me feel like his equal, like I can accomplish just as much as he can and more. And if I do something incredible, he's not even surprised. He expects it. He doesn't treat me like I'm a fragile little girl who needs to be protected all of the time.
I'm so sad. I'm just so sad because I feel like things are gonna get worse before they get better. There's so many books. They're already together. What's gonna happen? So
No comment.
anyway, Juliette has a moment where she learns because Adam gets so mad at her.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember why.
He's pissed. I think just because he notices like tension. I don't know, actually. Me so for real. I'm not sure why he was mad at her that time.
Kenji comes up and is like, hey, cool off. Like,
Yeah.
don't talk to Juliette like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what? I don't even care about her. If you want her, you can have her. And he grabs Kenji's hand and makes him touch Juliette.
He makes him touch Juliette. That was crazy. Dude, my heart in my throat. I was like, no!
You know what,
Not my
though?
friend Kenji.
I love it because Kenji kind of like, he passes it off like, oh, it's fine, I didn't feel anything, maybe I'm just getting stronger, whatever. If this were a movie, that shit would be so funny to see Juliette run up to Kenji, put her hands on his face, let me touch you, because I'd be freaking out.
Yeah.
And she's just like, you feel that? Nothing.
Yeah.
I got that shit on lock.
Yeah, she realizes that she can turn it off.
And
which is crazy.
And she mentions to Kenji, like, do you realize what this means? And he's like, what does it mean? It's like, that means I can choose. And he's like, oh my God, go get your guy. Oh my God.
He like basically like pats her head like, go get him, tiger.
Oh my God.
But
I have the tigers playing. She's walking into the room. He's in fetal position. His mom just died. We just threw doves and tombstones in the chat.
Stop.
It just happened 2 seconds ago. They just got home. It's the same day. Isn't that crazy?
Don't think it was.
It is the same day. He's still crying. Yeah, dude, I swear. Everyone in the chat.
Doves in chat, please.
Doves in chat if it happened a different day. Tombstones in chat if it happened the same day. It happened the same day. Literally, He got off, went to go cry in the room. And then she figured that shit out and was so happy and went.
Okay, but like it was okay because he told her that he feels almost like at peace because she's no longer suffering.
He didn't say that until a week later. She brought this news immediately. And he reciprocated. He was like, you love me for who I am and how I am?
Yeah.
Boy cries diamonds. Oh my gosh. Everything about him is rich.
Everything about him is just too expensive.
I know.
Dude, that moment was beautiful though, when she's just like, I'm in love with you. And he's like, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me right now. I'm fragile. And she's like, Warner, I'm in love with you, okay? Yeah. And
the end?
they love each other.
They love
They
each other.
love each other.
You know what's crazy? I never expected to read Spice. Not really Spice, but like the start of Spice in a Tahereh Mafi book like this one. I felt like the other ones we've read weren't as... They weren't as...
I don't know, girl. You don't remember the dream in the new... what is it called? The Swoven Kingdom series. Remember when Cyrus had a dream?
Okay.
He had one dream. A big dream.
Okay, but there was a point where Juliette like went on her knees, and I'm just like, girl, this is chapter 70. What are you doing?
Best chapter ever. I bookmarked that shit.
Oh my god, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Dude, I was
good
so
for
happy.
them. I love love.
I love love. And honestly, I was surprised at how many times they love and they loved.
Yeah.
Because it happened quite often.
It did. Good for them.
Good for them.
In the middle of a war?
Good for her.
I know. No one ever says anything about them being together. It's just now like, oh, I mean, they technically were before.
I mean, yeah. They were pining for each other.
So there's this whole mish that's going to go down. It's like we tell Sector 45, I don't care about Anderson. We get them all to work for us and we attack Anderson when he comes. That's the plan.
Okay.
And
something major happens though.
What is it?
So after Warner lost his mom, Juliette was like, oh my God, someone needs to tell him that he's not alone in this world, that he has two brothers right over there. And so she tried to tell Adam, maybe that's why they fought, because she tried to tell Adam, hey, can you just like tell him? Because if you don't tell him, I'm going to tell him.
Yeah.
And so I think before they're planning to go out on this mission, Adam is like, oh, for Paris Anderson, his first name is Paris, and Warner goes feral. He's just like, how did you know that? How did you know that his name was Paris? Are you like some sort of spy? And he's just like about to fight him, and Juliette is like, no, that's your brother. And yeah, it was really sad though, because he was like almost like happy, like it was like in a weird emotional state of like,
it's like,
wait, I have brothers?
Because when
I almost tried to kill my brother.
I know, because they both asked for space, but she ended up sitting with Warner, wasn't gonna talk, and he just mentions like, oh my gosh, I have a brother.
Yeah. And is
Two brothers.
Is it okay if I spend time with him, get to know him?
I know this sounds kind of weird, Juliette, because I'm all Versace, Gucci, Louis Vuitton. But I kind of want to play catch with him.
I would take off my expensive suit and put on sweats for my brother.
And take my bedazzled
rings. My rings.
Take them off to put on my bedazzled mitt. And to play catch with this guy. You know what I mean? I just want to go fishing with him. every familial situation with this man.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, that would have been beautiful. But I thought that was really sweet though, that he was like, is it okay if I spend time with him? And she said, yeah, of course. That
makes me want to cry. That's
of course
so good. They don't know what to talk about. So what'd you love about Juliette? What was your favorite part about her? Oh my God.
It's like, no, this is weird. Let's talk about something else.
I love it. And I love that he's also brothers with James. Such a sweet kid.
So sweet. I'm happy for James.
I'm so excited for what's to come with them. But I've never read the books. You have. I'm not going to look at your face.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if Adam makes it, guys. I'm really honest with you. And if he doesn't, I might cry a little. So I'm not going to watch this back. So I don't know what you're looking at. But
I'm no comment here.
Okay.
No comment here, queen.
I really hope Adam makes it.
Okay.
That's all I want to say.
So what else happened?
End of the book. We're at the last. Well, she rounds up Sector 45. She basically goes like, let's mess them up, and they're like, yeah. And that's what happened. And then she's like, watch me do a backflip. And she does. That's crazy. Honestly, I wasn't gonna vote for her, but then she did that sick backflip. Can you imagine if that's how elections work?
Dude, I mean, at this point,
I don't know. That was the sickest backflip I've ever seen. Man didn't even full 360.
Didn't even touch.
Didn't even waver that one.
She just kept spinning.
I know. She didn't even wind up or anything. She just kept on spinning.
Okay, and then she goes into Anderson's like office. She sees the twins, which are the healers, and they point her to the direction where he's at. But then they warn her. They're like, he got a weapon, by the way, so be careful. He seemed real excited. She goes into his room and hears Kenji say, Juliette, no. And then boom, she gets blasted to the wall, I think. And Anderson basically got this guy who can hurt you with sound waves. So he'll like clap and then you just
That's lame. That's lame. Can't hear you.
Good for me. I have cotton, so stick that right in.
Yeah, so I'm actually good. The fight felt kind of...
It was like whatever, but I'm not even gonna lie. I loved when she reached over, grabbed onto Anderson's ankle, and freaking crushed it. She was like, boom.
I think the next chapter 2 was like 2 sentences.
She shoots him.
It was 2 sentences. Because it was like, shot him in the forehead. 1 shot was for Adam. 1 shot was for Warner.
Why was Adam first? Okay, whatever. All right, whatever. You do you, girl.
Adam, you know, still being toxic is like, hey, I know you just like saved us and the war is over. But I kind of felt like you did it for Aaron.
Like you only did it for him. And I just don't understand because you met me first. So
yeah,
I like
drop dead in Minecraft.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. I really hope that, well, it seems like his toxic traits by the end were kind of going away.
Yeah, because I think he apologizes to her.
They don't apologize, but they have a moment where she's trying on her outfit and it's like, oh, it's so cool. And they look at each other and he's kind of just looking with appreciation. And she has a moment that's like, that kind of feels like how it was back then.
Oh, yeah. She does say that. Like, it felt like he was the same boy that she had first met. Yeah.
Like Aaron's like, how do I look? It's full Gucci. It's like, oh my gosh, we're going to war.
Who made that?
Hey, they never said you can't go to war looking sexy. Like, hey,
where are you peasants going?
You think I'm walking with you? I'm leaving a day early. So at the end, she is standing like on a like ledge. And she's overseeing just many people that have died, but everyone who's alive is happy because like people died but died for a good cause is how she's seeing it. Families are reunited, families are happy.
Yeah.
And she sees her friends pop out one by one, and then Aaron pops up behind her and she hugs him like everyone survived. And he says, now we got to run this place.
Yeah. And I think
people are going to come for us.
I think she even says it like on an intercom, right? Like
the commander
is dead. I repeat, the commander is dead.
And now me, Juliette, that bitch, is going to rule. And if anyone wants to fight me, my boyfriend wears Gucci. So...
Which means he don't give a fuck about...
Yeah, try to catch me with your poor hands. You can't.
If he wears Gucci during war, that man has no fears.
And Juliette's like, and by the way, what can you kill what you can't even see? Hangs up. Never see her again.
She's just always around Kenji.
Did you see that meme that was going around the other day? It was like a fake news article. Or no, a fake news shoot. Like it was a video. And they were like, oh yeah, the annual Ninja Con or Ninja Parade happened. And just like every year, no one saw it. It's like people sitting on the sides of the streets and nothing's happening.
No.
And they cut to one kid. It's like, how do you feel about the Ninja Parade? He's like, it was really cool. I have found candy in my pocket. So I'm pretty sure that was one of the ninjas. They snuck up on me. I don't know why I'm bringing that up.
That's really funny.
I love it.
Because that's what's going to happen.
That's what's going to happen. They can't catch Juliette. Can't catch her.
Can't catch her. What I loved about this book was the pining. Like I felt so... I was there, you know?
I don't want there to be relationship issues between them. I don't make faces. No. Okay, here I'm gonna close my eyes.
Okay.
She's not looking.
Yeah.
What can hurt me if I can't even see it?
Exactly, queen.
Words.
Don't let the crown fall, queen.
Thank you. Head up. I do not want Adam to die.
Okay.
And I'm so scared he's going to, and it's gonna be one of those moments like, you know, I messed up, but I still love you. I hope he doesn't. Which, by the way, I really hated that he started hanging out with the quiet girl on the team, because it kind of seemed like that's his type.
Yeah,
Remember
they brought it up, right? Like, oh, does he just latch onto the quiet the lost girl?
I hate that.
The girl with the low self-esteem.
Aaliyah. Anyway, I don't want him to die.
Okay.
I feel very strongly for him. I loved him in book 1. He's not going to die.
You didn't love him in the second book, though.
It's okay. It's fine.
Okay.
He's a brother now. He has 2 now. Kenji, of course he's got to live throughout all the books. I can't see why they would kill him off. That's mean.
That's mean.
Aaron Warner. If that man cries 1 tear, oh my God.
He was very emotional.
Oh my God. If he experiences any type of pain.
That part, wait, I think I saved it. Wait, shut up. Don't look at me. Wait. That part where they're like finally kissing after, all this pining. There's a scene where it says, his hands are holding my cheeks and he pulls back just to look me in the eye and his chest is heaving as he says, I think my heart is going to explode.
Oh, yeah.
And I wish more than ever, end quote. And I wish more than ever that I knew how to capture moments like these and revisit them forever because this is everything.
Yeah.
My man wears his heart on his sleeve, you know? And that's what I love about him. Like, he's fearless and he's so nice and he's so expensive.
He's so expensive. Rich king.
Rich king, yeah.
I'm very much looking forward to the next book. I do have some dislikes.
Okay, go ahead, Queen.
Okay. Wait, first, did you dislike anything? Now reading it back.
No.
Knowing what you know.
Okay, knowing what I know now. I am not going to lie. This is a safe space. And
safe
listen,
space.
I love this series so much. This series has a special place in my heart.
Of course.
Always and forever. But reading it again, I still loved it.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But there was a couple of moments where I had I literally thought like, okay, this is a little, I don't know.
YA?
Yeah, YA definitely. But also, Tahereh Mafi. Shut your ears. I kind of get the feeling that maybe when she wrote the first book, she didn't know that she was going to make Aaron Warner the love interest.
You think so?
I kind of get that vibe because I don't know. From my memory, because it has been a while since I read the first one, everything just seemed so easily justified of what Aaron put Juliette through.
Yes.
And like, hey, I'm glad it was a simulation. I'm glad she didn't actually torture anyone.
Was it too convenient for you?
I did kind of feel like, okay, it's very convenient that, it was a simulation. And then also, oh my God, we forgot to mention, she brings it up to Adam where she was like, Adam, remember when I was super heartbroken and whatever, I thought about this thing that happened. It was all fake. And Adam was like, yeah, of course it was fake. Like, okay, how did everyone know but her? And I don't know, like, part of me is a little bit unsure on whether or not Warner was the actual intended love interest, or did we get to was she working on book 2 and then all of a sudden she was like, wait, Warner kind of slays actually. His fit's too good. And so then she was like, never mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not 100% sure on how I feel about that. But I will say that I just love Aaron Warner so much that I forgive her. Like, I'm like, okay, it's okay. Like, I mean, he didn't actually make her do anything bad.
Yep.
And when he did kill someone, they were bad. So, okay. I don't know. So I did have that moment when I was rereading it again. And then I did also have another moment where I was like, oh, like you said, like it does feel very YA, which, okay, that's fine. I'll forgive it.
I get that.
Because I'm biased, okay?
My-
I'll admit I'm biased.
My whole thing is I think Tahereh Mafi has very pretty writing. She's very poetic in like the way she describes things. But it would kind of take me out when Juliette would say something incredibly poetic and people around her would be like, damn, write that down. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it was meant to be funny because it was like, oh, wait. You just
had bars.
You just think like that? Yo, you okay? Cool.
I don't know. It struck me as odd. And I was like, I could have done without that. I could have done with you explaining things not in dialogue in that way.
Yeah.
But that was my thing. That would take me out sometimes. I think the dialogue, it was kind of a lot for me.
Is there a certain one?
There's a lot of dialogue that she has with Kenji that I love, but it just kept feeling like a back and forth. And I listened to the audiobook, so it was a little better, but I can imagine reading this and just a whole page
being just dialogue, yeah.
And I don't think I'm a fan of that.
Yeah, I get it.
Really shout out Rafael Nicolas. What I really appreciate about authors like Rafael Nicolas that I think more authors should do is sometimes a character will have dialogue and they won't have a dialogue break, but the character while they're talking will react to something another character is doing. So there was like a scene in Angels Before Man where I think it's Rosier who's talking about like, oh yeah, and you know, we're all here to support you and love you. Please don't cry. Like, and he just keeps talking. Like, but he's reacting to like a character who's doing something.
Yeah.
And I think that's like a very organic way to keep your characters talking.
And you still knowing what's going on.
Knowing what's going on and not having it jump back and forth so often. Because it felt like with Kenji and Juliette, it would jump back and forth like every other word. But that's how they talk.
Yeah.
But I felt like that could have been handled in a better way.
Okay. Yeah, I get that. But I mean, it is YA, so.
I know. But come on, Tahereh, you wrote like 40 books. You wrote like 40.
Is it 40? No way.
I don't know how many she's written, but she's written a lot. And then the Woven Kingdom, the 4th book's coming out soon.
Which we are reviewing. Stay tuned.
I know. Oh my gosh. Someone brought up in the comments, I can't wait for you to do your annual this.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, you watching us?
Wait, you're paying attention?
Oh my God.
It is annually at this point.
Yeah, it really is. I'm so excited. Anything else you want to say?
I just want to say that I'm so glad that we finally talked about this book. This book was so pivotal to me. And it's so funny because anytime I see people talking about this series, it's always this one. Because this is when, like, finally these characters get together and they're open with their feelings and their emotions. Ignite Me is just, she's that bitch, you know? She's that bitch.
I'll be honest with you. I want to keep reading. I do want to keep reading.
Don't do this to me. I'm fragile.
Was Unravel Me, was that the second book plus a novella?
No, we didn't do the novella.
I missed one.
You missed the novellas.
Which one?
1.5.
What's it called?
I don't remember the
Queen,
order.
I gotta go back. Gotta go back in time. Oh my gosh. It's okay because I took my whole box set back home from storage. So
you're ready.
I got some reading to do.
Oh my God. But don't read too ahead because I do like hearing like your predictions of what you think is gonna happen.
Do you want to? I don't know how we should film the next episode.
I don't know.
I think we got to do a different thing to really capture how we're feeling throughout.
A different thing? What do you mean?
I don't know. I kind of just want to capture like a live capture of how we're feeling.
Okay.
But I don't know how to do that.
Me neither.
So maybe someone give us a pointer because I feel like the next one, will it make me cry? I cried with this one a little bit.
At what point?
Just thinking about Ward.
My man's been through enough. He's been through enough, okay?
He's so
Give him
sweet.
a break.
Yeah, please. He's rich and he's sad. What a horrible combination.
Hasn't he been through enough?
I know. Give this man a break, please. He knows suffering.
Yeah, he does. If anybody does, he does.
Oh my gosh. That being said, if you are listening to us in audio, oh wait, did we rate it?
5 out of 5. Obvi.
Really?
Yeah.
Of course.
I love this book. This book is in my heart. And in my heart.
I think I would give it a 4.
I got it.
I think the writing kind of throws me off, but I do really care about the characters.
Yeah.
4 out of 5. I did really enjoy it.
So good.
That being said, if you are listening to us in audio form, whether that be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or anywhere you get your podcasts on, thank you so much. If you can leave, please If you can please leave a rating of 5 stars and a review recommending us our next read. We take those very seriously, and I really want to read something funny. So if you have something for us, I just want to crack up. If you have something for us, please recommend.
If you're looking for a way to support us just a little bit more, we do have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/bookfix. But if you don't want the commitment of monthly, then you can also support us on Ko-fi, which is ko-fi.com/thebookfix, or buymeacoffee.com/thebookfix.
If you are watching us, thank you so much. If you can like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because we post every Tuesday and Thursday. It is the start of a new month. I don't know what our book of the month is yet, but by now it should have already been decided. It's going to pop off over there.
It's going to be so much fun.
If you would like to support us on social media or join our Book of the Month book group on Fable and Goodreads, you can find all of our links on Linktree, linktr.ee/thebookfix.
But it's super easy to find. It's just the Bookfix pod.
By the way, I never really mentioned this, but on our Linktree, I also made a Google form. So if you just don't want to, you're not a social media person, I don't know how you found our Linktree, but you just really quick want to recommend us something, go to our Google form and recommend us something through there. It is very quick, very easy to do.
Thank you.
Let's go ahead and read a positive and negative. What do you want to read?
I'll do a negative.
I have a short 5 out of 5 stars.
Okay.
This comes from Jenna, fully booked, and she wrote, "You give me sexy damaged man, I give you 5 stars." Thank you.
So me. Okay, this comes from Layla, who gave it 1 out of 5, and they wrote, "Kenji carried this series. Everyone else sucked. 0.5 stars.
Man, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Someone else wrote, "In conclusion, Warner can choke me," or whatever.
Oh, dude, that's my review. Oh my god, I think a ghost wrote that one.
Oh my god.
Hold on.
Oh my gosh. Now I'm just gonna sit here like this.
Do you remember when we met Tahereh Mafi and the first time? Yeah, the first time. And I was like, you did that. You made the sexiest man alive. And you should be proud. And she was she's so like Disney princess coded. Like she's so proper, you know what I mean? So like I would joke around with her and she'd kind of be like, "Stop."
Because do you remember that was when This Woven Kingdom had just come out?
Oh yeah.
And you were telling her blink twice if she ends up with this guy.
No, that was the second time we met her. Remember?
Right. When we went to the book talk.
Because the first time we met her, I only talked about Shatter because I was like so in love with that series. And then I think once I was like done rambling about Aaron Warner, you were coming up to talk to her next. And I was like, oh yeah, I also love This Woman Kingdom. Okay, thanks, Queen. Bye. It was good too.
I do
it was good too.
That.
I swear. I had a lot to say about Shatter Me. But then when we saw her the second time, I was like, blink twice if she ends up with Cyrus. I can't tell if you're
she was eyes wide open.
No, she was just like looking away from me like, no, girl, stop. But she was funny, though.
Funny.
She's very sweet.
I'm so excited to read more of her books. I just really want This Woven Kingdom to end.
No!
I just am sad because I know my boy Cammy gets hate. I know no one likes Cammy. I love Cammy. I've been Cammy day 1. I remember that quote that I love from the first book. The one where she crashes the party and he's like, "Please tell me you came for me, that you came because you love me and you're just so in love with me and you just want to run away with me." And she's like, "What the heck?" I don't even know you.
I'm just here for the snacks. Whoa. You have been Team Cammy from the start.
All the way, and Team Cammy till the end.
Which I don't even know who she ends up with, so
it's gonna be Cyrus. Come on.
I don't know.
Cammy's gonna end up with Lady.
God, I hope not. She's so annoying.
The one who was eating an orange. She's so funny. That's so me coded. Me when I used to carry that little fatty pack at work because my kids would get hungry and I'm like, I think I have carrots.
In your fanny bag?
Yeah, like a little bag of carrots.
Oh, I was thinking a whole carrot.
Loose carrots.
Just one whole carrot.
Okay, guys, go ahead.
Take one bite, pass it on.
But I thought it was so funny because it was like, Yeah, your grandpa just had snakes on his shoulders. Anyone want a piece? Anyone want a piece? No? Okay.
All right, no, I'll eat it then.
More for me.
Such a good book. Oh my
God.
god.
I love it. I'm ready for our annual.
Me too.
If she comes, do you want to go?
Yeah, of course.
You're
She has more books for me to sign.
Okay, we'll do that.
We'll do that.